The yeas are 77, the nays are 13, and the bill is passed.
The Democratic majority U.S. Senate approved a stopgap bill to stave off a partial government shutdown. The bill passed the Senate in a bipartisan 77-13 vote on Thursday, with less than 36 hours left before funding would have run out. It will go to President Biden's desk for him to sign into law. The stopgap bill agrees to advance 6 of 12 full-year funding bills by March 8th, and the rest on March 22nd. Earlier on Thursday in the House, 207 Democrats joined 113 Republicans in a 320-99 vote to approve the measure. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson had reached a $1.59 trillion deal on discretionary spending with Democrat Majority Leader Chuck Schumer 2 months ago. But with 97 of 219 House Republicans voting no to the short-term funding bill, Johnson could face trouble as he moves on to deal with 6 appropriations bills next week and the thorny issue of aid for Ukraine. Many Republicans want to pare back funding levels for many programs. Hardline Republicans have pressured Johnson to use a shutdown as a bargaining chip to force Democrats to accept conservative policy measures, such as restricting the flow of migrants across the U.S.-Mexico border. Major ratings agencies say the repeated brinkmanship is taking a toll on the creditworthiness of a nation whose debt has surpassed $34 trillion.
Well, thank you all for being here. Look, I want to thank the leadership being here today. We got a lot of work to do. We got to figure out how we're going to keep funding the government, which is an important problem, an important solution we need to find, and I think we can do that. And Ukraine, I think the need is urgent. I hope we get to speak to that a little bit. And I think the consequences of inaction every day in Ukraine are dire. I've been speaking to some of our G7 partners, and you just got back, Chuck. They're very concerned, and also we need to we need to, in terms of supplemental, we need to deal with the Israeli portion, but that also contains a significant portion having to do with humanitarian assistance into the Palestinian areas, which I think is important. And we have to replenish the air defenses for Israel. And we have to work on making sure they don't face the threat from, they can face the threat from what's going on in the Middle East, not just from Hamas, but from Iran. And government funding, I'm sure you guys had all of that all taken care of, but all kidding aside, I think that it's Congress's responsibility to fund the government. We got to get about doing a shutdown would damage the economy significantly, and I think we all agree to that, and we need a bipartisan solution. So I want to hear from the group, and I want to hear from all of you here. So thank you all for coming. That's what we're going to be talking about. Thank you. Chance to talk afterwards. Thank you so much. All right, well, thank you all for being here. Look, I want to thank this board. And we have to replenish the air defenses for Israel. I want to hear from the group, and I want to hear from all of you here. So thank you all for coming. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Mr. President, how can you convince House Republicans to pass Ukraine?
On this vote, the yeas are 320, the nays are 99. Two-thirds being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
When we pass this bill, we will have, thank God, avoided a shutdown with all its harmful effects on the American people. I thank my colleagues for working together. It's good we're not shutting down. And now let us finish the job of funding the government so we don't have to do this again.
The yeas are 77, the nays are 13, and the bill is passed. The Majority Leader.
I move to proceed to executive session.
The question is on the motion. All in favor